Hello, students. Hope you all are doing well and going through the IoT video lectures. In this particular video lecture, we are going to see the next IoT application example, which is city automation. City automation, some applications in this domain include the following: traffic flow management system in combination with dynamic traffic light control, street light control, passenger information system for public transportation, passive surveillance. So these are four applications which we will see in this particular example. Generic city sensors include environmental sensors and activity sensors. Environmental sensors include thermal sensors, hygrometric sensors, anemometric sensors, sound sensors, gas sensors, particle sensors, light, other electromagnetic spectrum sensors, and seismic sensors. Whereas in activity sensors include pavement, roadway pressure sensors, vehicle and pedestrian detection sensors, parking space occupancy sensors. ETSI standard machine to machine communications use cases of M2M applications for city automation. A paper provides the following description of these applications. Here we are going through following use cases. Use case 1, traffic flow management system in combination with dynamic traffic light control. Use case 2, street light control. Use case 3, passenger information system for public transportation system. Use case 1, traffic flow management system in combination with dynamic traffic light control. The flow of road traffic within cities depends on a number of factors such as the number of vehicles on the road, the time and the day, the current or expected weather, current traffic issues and accidents, as well as road construction work. Traffic flow sensors provide key traffic information to a central traffic flow management system. The traffic flow management system can develop a real time traffic optimization strategy and thus endeavor to control the traffic flow. The traffic control can be achieved by dynamic information displays informing the driver about traffic jams and congested roads. Traffic signs can direct the traffic to utilize less used roads. The traffic flow management system can also interact with controllable traffic lights to extend or to reduce the green light parade to increase the vehicle throughput on heavy used roads. Dynamically changeable traffic signs can lead to an environment where the vehicular traffic is managed more efficiently. This enables cities to reduce fuel consumption, air pollution, congestions, and the time spent on the road. Use case 2, street light control. Street lights are not required to shine at the same intensity to accomplish the intended safety goal. Now, this intensity of take an example of LED bulb, which the bulbs LED bulbs intensity can be either increased or decreased, and this will cost the energy. The intensity of light depends on conditions such as moonlight or weather. Adjusting the intensity helps to reduce the energy consumption and the expenditures incurred by a municipality. The street light controller of each street light segment is connected often wirelessly with the central street light managing and control system. The control system can dim the corresponding street lights of a segment remotely or is able to switch street lights on and off. Use case 3, Passenger Information System for Public Transportation. Public transportation vehicles such as buses, subways, and commuter trains operate on a schedule that may be impacted by external variables and thus have a degree of variability compared with a baseline formal schedule. Passengers need to know when their next connection is available. This information also allows passengers to select alternative connections in the case of longer delays. Now, for example, Indian Railway has many Android apps through which you can see that where is your train at what station and how much delay, uh, what is the late or delay which has happened to that particular train, and what is the expected time or arrival time. So there are many applications of this at present, people are using everywhere. So through this, either through checkpoints or through GPS, we can find the railway, bus, or any vehicles tracking information. In this application, the current locations of the various public transport vehicles are provided to the central system that is able to match the current location with the forecasted location at each time or at specific checkpoints. Also to calculate the current delay and the expected arrival time at the upcoming stops. The vehicle current location can be tracked via GPS or General Packet Radio Service GPRS also. These tracking devices that provide the position information in regular intervals. Now there are two approaches for passenger information system for public transportation, either through checkpoints, or that is taking the vehicular inputs with automation or manually and putting into the system, and the second one is GPS and GPRS. Okay, first is with the checkpoint based approach. The line number of the bus or the streetcar is captured at each station where the vehicle stops regularly or at defined checkpoint in between. Because of the fact that the sensor at a specific station is able to provide the data to the central system, the expected delay can be calculated by comparing the information of the scheduled arrival time and the actual arrival time. This change can be added to the arrival time displayed at each following station. Each vehicle must be equipped with a transponder variously based on either infrared or radio frequency identification RFID or short range communication or optical recognition. So one of the technology the vehicle should use to send its information to the checkpoints. In addition, each station has to be equipped with one or more checkpoint systems that are able to read out or to receive the line number information of the vehicle. In case of larger stations with several platforms, multiple systems are needed. The second approach is with GPS or GPRS based approach. Each vehicle has to be equipped with a GPS GPRS tracking device that provide, besides the current position, the information that can be directly or indirectly matched to the serviced line number. Based on the regular position or time pattern, the system is able to calculate the actual time difference and provide the expected time on the passenger display. A combination of checkpoint and GPS GPRS based solution can also be used to integrate railed services, railed vehicles such as subways and streetcars, and road vehicles such as buses. So in this particular video lecture, we have seen what are different city automation, some of the city automation examples. In the next lecture, we'll see the next example. Thank you.